And Q is around 4 tenths behind Godo. Is going to, it's not going to try and move there, but
Alright, so we'll just jump back in. Hopefully I should be right. Stupid game. You love a Cody's game with how many games this game this decides to crash on me. So once again, 5 laps from the end, game decides to have a crash. I'm pretty sure that's like the third time that's happened, probably in the last 2 weeks of commentating. So which you love to see, but while we're off for that 2 minutes, Ratbag unfortunately got disqualified. He had a spin and stuck on the curb. I think he said Easy Bro had a spin as well.
yep, Easy Bro was around and had a collision with Radbag.
Oh, he had Ratbag, yeah, so that's unfortunate, but we'll quickly go through the field again. We did lose about a lap, but luckily enough, not too much time. Gordo and Kaio, they're battling for the win, and this is going to be the battle that we'll be watching. Bompton, he's moved himself up into P4, and with Sergeant's Potato, Bompton's going to find himself on the podium, considering that we did see him have a few incidents tonight, so he'll be very thankful, and especially with Verk currently leading the Tier 3 championship, not having a good result himself, currently in P9.
Yeah,
I'll bring everything back up.
He's around 50. Yeah, Verk is going to struggle to finish there. He's already on 65% on the rear tire. He's going to struggle to do not have a puncture on his tires.
Yeah, exactly, as we'll bring the tyres back up. That's sort of what we're looking at, but we'll stay with the front too, because I think this is going to be interesting in the last 3 laps. But yeah, you're right, Verk only picking up 9th place and Bompton perhaps a P3.
As we see Ads here battling with Tetris, he is trying to get the move down on Tetris. He has a 3-second penalty, I believe. And it does at turn 4, as we see the McLaren and the Red Bull too battling right behind Coolboy and Verk.
Yeah, Verk tried to go.
Is flashing.
Yeah, Verk tried to go up the outside of Coolboy, but Coolboy shut the door before that could happen. So Verk does he send it up the inside. Coolboy goes a little bit wider, but he'll have the exit. Does Verk have the traction on those old softs? Not quite. So he's remaining 9th, and we've got a little bit of a train now with Ads leading at the moment. Verk will jump 1 spot at least, but with how chaotic this race has been, this is only going to be provisional results at the very best. But I have a feeling that the top 2 haven't done anything wrong, so this battle will be for the win. As Kai is looking fairly close, 2.5 tenths behind. When does he make his move? Does he try and do it on the last lap, or just the first chance that he gets?
No, I think here they're both flashing, so you want to get the move done and try to maybe, push the other driver to make a mistake or take a penalty. As we do see Caillou going around the outside there on turn 1. Gotta stick to the inside and the outside there.
Yeah, but did Gordo go a little bit too wide? No, he's got the run, so he's up on the inside as we head down to turn 4. He got the DRS that time round. And Kai's going to try and hang it around the outside. Does Gordo give him enough room? He does, and Gordo manages to hold on to P1. So this is going to change for the last 2 laps. As Sargent, he picks up another 3-second time penalty as him and Bompton go side by side. Bompton, he moves up into P3. Or did Sargent have a bit of a lose there? No, maybe just a little bit of a moment. But Sargent, I think he's on 6 seconds. We'll leave the penalties up for now. So Sargent's going to drop down this field quite a way, same as Tetris. But Kai, he's got a lap and a half to do this, so possibly his one and only attack is down the front straight on the final lap. So problem is, both of them have no RS to play with. Or Gordo has a little bit of a moment coming out of 11.
And actually, Kai do have slightly better tires than Gordo. He do have a little bit less tire wear, so he's going to get an advantage on the last lap.
Alright, so we got yellow flag. Oh, that's Verk. Verk's had a spin. Around. So those old softs may have just struggled through there, so he's going to drop even more spots. He's
on 84%. Wow, that's really, really, really complicated for Verk now.
Sky didn't have the pace, but wanting to make Gordo defend, so he possibly could have a look at turn 4. Needs to get the exit out of here. He will have DRS, but no ERS. Oh, I think Gordo had a good enough run through there. Does Kai send it down the inside? No, he doesn't.
Very tired. Unfortunately, on the last lap.
He should have kept going. He would have scored a couple of points. So that's going to be a duck egg towards Verk name, and we've bumped him P3 at the moment.
I believe Verk got a puncture, so that's why he fired.
That's why. So Bompton, but if he stays where he is, he will regain this lead in this championship. And as we nearly hit the halfway point, so every driver will get points. JJ or Kai having a moment. Having a moment out of turn 10, so I think that might have been his final chance gone. But as I said, Gordo and Kai.
I also want to remember you, Kai did have a little bit of damage, so that's maybe why he's not achieving to get past off Gordo and rid of Gordo.
Yeah, he's about 3/10 behind, but Gordo's done a spectacular job of defending this lead, and they had a good battle a couple of laps ago. But as we come across the line, the final lap, Gordo in the Ferrari is going to take it out. Victory at Bahrain. Kai finishes second place. So good battle between the top two. Bompton, really good race to finish P3 and retake this championship lead. Sergeant Potato, he currently finishes P4, but he'll drop down with 6 seconds worth of penalties. Deadly Fuller, he finishes 4th. Ads, from pretty much last to 5th. There's your shout out, Ads. Yeah. Brilliant job from him, possibly driving the day stuff. So he had a spin, but other than that spin, he drove an excellent race and finishes in the top 5. Sergeant Potato finishes 6th. Cool Boy, good result from him in P7. Christo, after that alternate didn't quite work, finishes P8. Tetris staying out on those old hards, didn't quite work out for him. 9th. Starts after early damage, finishes 10th. Izzy broke that late spin, is 11th. And we'll scroll down the rest of the results, but probably more of a chaotic race than what I would have thought, but some good battles. But yeah, there might be a few series reports after that one, I reckon.
Yeah, there's surely going to be tons of report there by the Tier 3 drivers, but I believe the gentlemen during the stewarding could handle it pretty easily.
Yeah, exactly. But looking at the podium now, Gordo, one very happy man on that podium. He gets another win. I believe that is his second win of the season, so nice job from him. Yeah. Bompton obviously finishing P3. He'll add to his podium tally. That's his first third place, but that rounds him out to 4 podiums.
Yeah.
And Kaio, first race for the Haas team. They'll be very happy with their acquisition, with him coming on board full time, and he rocks up with a second place at Bahrain. But quickly scrolling down the rest of the results. Izzy Bro just outside the 11. Nato Bien, obviously he had issues. Blue Dog as well. Seb was in that podium position, but contact with the McLaren sent him into the wall at just before turn 13, and he still managed to pick up a couple of points, but he showed good form tonight, whatever the case is. JJ, unfortunately, off that restart, heading into the pit wall. Not 100% sure what happened to him, but yeah, 15th. For JJ and picking up at least a point, and then our 5 retirements. Verk, unfortunately, getting a puncher on those softs. Shadow, obviously, with the side pod damage. Richo, obviously, that second safety car incident where he got stranded in the middle of the track and got hit from other cars. Passive, an incident at turn 3, and then Ratbag, unfortunately, having contact and getting disqualified due to being stuck on the curb, unfortunately, but that's your 20 cars, and as we wait for the drivers to pop in for an interview, yeah, what can you say about at least the top 2? Pretty much flawless all race along, I reckon.
Yeah, all the guys there had a really great, good race, and it was such a hard race to finish with all the safety cars and the incident coming around, and yeah, the guys in front had a really strong mental to finish the race and battling all the way through. They achieved to keep the car going, and it is a really good race from all the drivers there. Bahrain isn't a really easy track, and yeah, really congrats to all the drivers that finished the race.
Yeah, exactly. As sort of stuck on the results screen, but we do have our top 3 in here, so we'll start with our 3rd place getter, Bompton. Nice drive from you, considering that you sort of got involved early on, qualifying P12. Definitely not your best qualifying, and sort of how was it through that race? Obviously, we had a lot of safety cars in that race. Was it sort of just trying to keep it clean and out of trouble, and you sort of found your way into the podium? So good drive from you. So how'd you find it on your end?
Yeah, well, I mean, look, qualifying, my last lap I went out, I was up about 5 or 6 tenths and I lost it all in one corner, so wasn't too impressed with that myself. But yeah, come the race, it was just try to stay out of trouble, and I'm sure you've seen the racing tonight, so I'm not going to comment any further really with that. But managed to get myself back up there, and even though I was involved in a few little incidents, so yeah.
Yeah, and so we sort of saw that throughout the race, but obviously that late safety car that we saw, you came in for the medium tyres. You thought that was the better suggestion that we did, because we did have 9 laps of racing at the end. You thought you could get through that field and get up to those hard runners. And did you possibly think if it was a straightforward fight, you may have had a chance at the podium, or you just sort of capitalised on a little bit of chaos? And obviously we saw JJ on that restart into the pit wall, so sort of a bit of chaos.
Yeah, like when I come in for the first set of mediums, I was hoping just to pick them apart. Yeah, the safety car really didn't help me that second one, which chucked them all on the mediums, but that's racing, isn't it? So
yeah, exactly. But obviously, congrats for the P3, and with Verk sort of having a bit of a miserable one tonight, you will effectively take back the lead of this championship. So must be happy with that, considering that we're just about nearly halfway into this championship.
Yeah, no, definitely unlucky to Verk, but we're definitely going to be a great championship battle throughout. Even the likes of Kaiatonic and Gordo AU coming up, so there'll definitely be a battle near the end of the season, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Well, again, congratulations on the P3, and we'll see you next time out in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, cheers, lads.
All right, Karama, do you want to have a chat with our P2?
Yay, Kayo, my man, how was your race, and how did you feel about like bowling, and especially I want to know how did you feel after the first safety car restart where you dropped down from first to P5? Do you have Kayo in? Yeah, we do.
He's probably picking a worse time for a. There he is. There he is.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah, different learning curve on that restart. Tried something different, didn't work out. But a few bumps and grinds through the field. Tried to be respectful and make sure I didn't overtake him, and I don't think they lost out to anyone else. So, but I certainly lost out on a couple of those bumps. So, take it on the chin and just worked hard to get back up through the endless amount of safety cars. But the fight at the end with Gordo was I don't know if you caught that, but it was good to have that wheel to wheel respect, just enough track given, which is the way I like to race. So yeah, it was pretty fun to be out there.
Yeah, we saw you had a little bit of damage on the front wing. I believe it made go a little bit slower on each lap. I believe the car was surely a little bit harder to drive. And sorry, so yeah, we say you had a really great battle with Gordo at the end of the race, and it was really interesting seeing how you were handling the battle, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say, except congrats for the race, man. You did a really good race, and especially with the drop down to P5 and achieved to get P2 on the crossing line. GG, man.
Yeah, it's Gordo will probably be happy. He's got his win back at Bahrain that he lost in another league, so I'm sure he's chuffed.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, congratulations to you. Obviously, first time out as a full-time Haas driver, so but they're fairly happy with you on board now.
Yeah, it's exciting to join the team, even for what I can race. So.
Yeah, exactly. Well, again, congratulations, and we'll see you possibly next week in Abu Dhabi.
If the missus doesn't lock me up, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but again, congratulations. And moving on to P1, Gordo. Obviously, that tight battle at the end, but you managed to hold on for your second win of the season, I believe it is. So, obviously, sort of between you two with fighting for pole position, and then obviously at the end in that race, but seemed fairly smooth from you. Obviously, you sort of avoided all the carnage that happened behind you. So, but yeah, fantastic race by you.
Yeah, I'm a bit sweaty after that. I was quite annoyed that I didn't get pole because I'm sure you guys know, but somehow Kaya gets the most god starts. But yeah, great to have a clean driver that I can battle with. I think my setup won me the race there, having high wings than Kaya.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, we saw sort of you've been able to gap. You thought about a move down the inside a couple of times late in that stage, obviously, and then you going side by side, but you just left enough room. And yeah, obviously, not much more you could say. Were you thinking about a cheeky pit stop at the end there onto the medium tyres, or you thought, oh, you'd rather track position on the hards?
Um, uh, I didn't know what to do. I didn't have an engineer that race, so I thought about boxing for the mediums, but I thought, nah, no point.
Yeah, well, probably kept you safe actually with the clear air, so you probably made the right decision in the end. But yeah, obviously your second victory. Obviously we know that you struggle a little bit in the middle these last few races. Obviously, a lot not of your fault. We know you had the wheel disconnection in Belgium. So do you reckon this win will sort of get you back up there in terms of some good form?
Yeah, hopefully. I'd still be about a race wing behind Bopton and Verk, but yeah, if I start to staying a bit more consistent, then hopefully, you know, hopefully I'll be right up there and equal on points with them by the end of the season.
Yeah, exactly. Well, obviously Abu Dhabi next time out. How are you feeling about that one? Obviously, is a track you do like as well, or maybe not a fan favourite, but because obviously we're in the desert for the next three, so
Yeah, probably not a fan favourite, but I'm sure I'll be fine with a bit of practice. I wouldn't say I'm terribly slow, but I tend to spin a lot there, so we'll see how we go.
yeah, definitely a tricky one. But obviously it's the same here, long straights, and then a bit of a tight and twisty third sector this time round. So, but again, congratulations on your victory, and yeah, fingers crossed for you that we'll see you again next week, possibly on the top step again.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks.
All right, and that will just about do us. Karama, fantastic race to watch. We saw a bit of everything, bit of carnage, some good battling up front. Yeah, so any more comments on that race? I think we've pretty much said it all so far.
Yeah. We really talked about all the race, and still good to say that Bahrain is a really hard track to race on, and even though there was quite a lot of incident, all the gentlemen out there did really well on the race. And I would like to know, who do you pick as driver of the day, Scotty?
It'd be tight. You couldn't go past maybe Ads. I know we sort of talked him up earlier on, but coming from the back of the grid to P5. But I think as we saw, there was a few very good drives through there. Bompton obviously having to come through his poor start, and then obviously coming through the field after damage, and obviously the quality the top two had in terms of fighting. But I think Ads just purely because of the good pace that he had, he kept it out of trouble, and even with the spin, he finished top 5. So I think we'll have to give it to Ads tonight.
Yeah, I was thinking of Eds too because he did a really good job there, jumping on the last minute of the race. He was not supposed to race. Actually, he was supposed to get replaced by reserve, but he still jumped in and achieved to get a P5 on a track such as Bahrain. Starting P19 is really hard to do. So yeah, I would give my voice to Ads too for the driver of the day.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think we can get past him, especially with the late call up. But Karama, thanks for joining me tonight. Wonderful to have you in here.
Thanks, man. It was such a pleasure to commentate the race, even though it's a little bit complicated because I was a little bit nervous and it was hard for French to comment the race in English, you know. So yeah, it was such a pleasure to comment the race with you, mate.
Thanks for jumping in. As I said, I think obviously sort of nerves sort of there with everybody that does this, does comms, but I think he handled it very well. But thanks everyone else for watching. Obviously we've got Tier 2 in a couple of hours' time at Bahrain, so we'll see how these guys go there. And then Tier 1 tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock. Both you and me will be racing tomorrow afternoon, so I guess that's one question. How are you feeling about tomorrow afternoon around here? We've sort of seen bit of chaos that we can see, but you sort of worked out what you're thinking strategy wise and how well you are pace wise. But obviously with Prince and KLX racing, it's sort of like probably don't quite have the pace that those two guys have, but I think you and me both trying to get into a good top 10, maybe even a sneaky top 5 position tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. I'm feeling quite good around Bahrain, and I know that the controllers have a little bit of advantage compared to the wheels because of the traction needed on turn 1 and 10. So it's going to be a really interesting race to drive in and to watch. I think we're gonna have some great battles on the track, and yeah, hopefully a good result there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, definitely looking forward to it, and hopefully we can both get a good result. But yeah, that will do us. Obviously Tier 2 in a couple of hours. I think we've got Ratbag and Batman, I think, doing that one tonight. So look forward to seeing them on comms tonight. So, but that will do it for myself and Karama. So until next time in a couple of hours, and then next week for Tier 3, we'll see you then.
Yep, we'll see you on the next week, guys, and yeah, take back and take. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. We knew where you were going with that, so we'll take it easy, everyone, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Yep.